Okay, here we go. Kind of put your feet shoulder hip width apart, far enough that you're aware of when you put the weight over here, and then the weight shifts over here, and you flex your foot and your ankle. Like I was saying the other day, in the shower, most of us in the shower stand like this, and everything's slippery, and maybe you can find something, maybe you can't. Crazy, Bill. So if we kind of do the same thing as in Tai Chi, where we're wider apart, and then just like sit down, so everything slides down into the hips, then you've got lowered the center of gravity, and you're more steady on your feet. Got more control, more foot is touching the shower. Try that to see if it helps. Now we're going to inhale. Let every part of you inflate. We'll exhale as the elbows go down first, and the shoulders, everything just goes ah. Check the alignment of your knee over your toe. If you get a twinge someplace, check that. If it's lined up, so it looks like your knee is going right between your big toe and the others down there, then that will usually take care of any little twinges, pain that you get while you're doing it. And like right now, my knee is going in, my foot's staying out. So I need to move this back around. Just like that. Inhale again. Imagine each and every molecule in your body is just expanding with fresh oxygen, nutrients. Then it all starts to sink as we exhale. Elbows go down first, and shoulders, everything slides down the back. Just be relaxed. Good job. One more like that. Right over here, we're going to embrace the moon. It looks like we're holding the bowl. So keep it low. And now top hand's going to drop down. We're going to let the other one float away. And we inhale and come back. And shift the weight over to this foot. Back. The arms don't move much, but they appear to, because we're shifting our entire body. Here it's all back here, lined up. Then slow down. Back. Here I'm going to inhale up, and both hands are floating up. The elbows get heavy, and I exhale. Inhale. Focus back around the front. So the elbows take us down. You can let your head drop down so your chin's on your chest. Inhale up. So we get to relax the entire back. We're doing this. Now I'm going to embrace the moon over here on this side. Doesn't have to be a big moon, be a small moon. Exhale, the hand, top hand floats down, the other goes out. Inhale. Right hand on top. There you go. Yeah. That's where brushing out the horse's tangle mane right here. It's another one of those optical illusions we create because right, everything's here. As we exhale, top head just floats straight down. This one goes out. It only goes out about this much. It appears to go more because, go back. You go, ah, right here. The weight shifts, everything shifts over to this foot. Turn the hip, let it float up a little bit. So it looks like it's making a great big gesture. There you go. Your analytical mind keeps trying to work. I know. As we do this, we flex all the joints and everything in our feet, our toes, ankles, knees, hips. So all the parts of our body that bear the weight. Get tired, get cranky, get stiff. Just letting them gently go back and forth, changing the weight, flexing. Just constant motion. Nice and easy. I think I'm going to stop and let my hands flow around in the front again, like I'm hugging the tree. Elbows get heavy and everything goes, ah. Now get a little taller, especially at the top of your head. There. And then come around and we'll stack the hands in front. Bottom one goes down, exhale. Turn the hip a little bit, watch it. Inhale, it comes back. It turns back and moves it. So it's all with the hip. Exhale, it floats down. Inhale, it floats up. It turns and brings it back to normal. On the other side, exhale, goes down. Then the hip back, brings it forward. No. Inhale. And when you're doing this, you want to keep everything in your arms and shoulders just really loose again. And the way you can tell that we're keeping it loose is if the elbows are pointing down more than out. So that's why I keep talking about flour bag flour on each elbow. It wants to take it down. Inhale. The other side is down. So we're repelling or repulsing angry, chattering monkeys. Just generally getting rid of all the chatter in our heads. Things that jump around in our heads trying to get our attention every moment of the day. Let all that go. As it comes over here, right here, the hand is going to come and face me, float back across. And inhale, the other one comes up, and it floats across. Inhale. Now, if you find yourself starting to kind of move forward on your toes more, then come back, inhale, and just let everything sink. Imagine your shoulder blades just melting down. And get to that point, you'll feel more of your heel, the arch, and some of the balls of your toes will be floating That's okay. Got the weight is back and back, so it goes down on your heels and your arch. That'll keep you steady. When we get in up on the toes, that we lose our balance. Inhale, this one comes up and goes across. Inhale, floats up. I just turn my hip. Make it look like it goes across. Inhale. Waving hands and snow clouds. Then float up and bring down and down. Come back around behind the tree. Turn my hip. Take over this toe. Come down. Inhale and reach out to hug the tree over here. Elbows get heavy and go down. Weight comes back. Exhale. Come around, hug the tree in front. Drop it down. And the hip. Let it float out like we're hugging the tree. Exhale, float back down. Break it, inhale. Come around in front again. Everything's going to sink down. We're going to inhale, it floats up. And you can decide which part you want to float. If we are completely loose, and there's a puppeteer up there that wants to pull strings, he pulls the string here, here, wherever he pulls the string. Here, he pulls the strings on my wrist, and my wrist float up. Everything else stays pointed down because it's just completely relaxed. Then we let's go and we slowly float down in the water. Opening and closing the door. Come over here on this hip, we're going to brace them in. And this time as I exhale, the top hand goes down. Almost exactly here. This is what we did to look like we were combing out the horse's tangled tail. Almost exactly the same. One little difference. Right here, this hand goes down, this hand, cigarette out, goes up, and then out. So. And down comes up, and we just turn. If you turn the hip, you can keep all the shoulder business relaxed. We want our shoulders to stay relaxed and roll forward a little bit, so it's where you can just let the chin, the puppeteer is making a circle with your elbow. And like inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Just let the elbow make a circle. Got that?
No, I'm wondering myself, I have a heck of a time keeping up with.
Am I going too fast?
No, I try to mimic you, and next thing you know, I want to be here, and you're over there.
Yeah.
That's up to me. I got to think.
No thinking.
No, it doesn't come natural.
I know.
Okay,
I know.
all right.
So if we're doing it on the other way, let's say we make so we've got holding the ball and, moon here. So this hand's gonna float down, and this one's gonna come up, and then it's gonna float up.
You're going to the right, and that's, yeah, I want, when you go to the right, I want, that's on me.
How about if I go this way?
Okay,
Is that better, maybe?
yeah, no, that's, well, I should be able to figure it out.
Up and just turn the hips the way the leg goes out. It really doesn't move much.
Yeah.
When we start here, we change, elevations of them. And then exhale across and turn the hip. And we don't just turn the hip, it's right here. Almost all my weight is here. So this foot could just be dancing or whatever. Yeah, exhale. And all the weight shifts over to this foot, the other foot, and I turn my head. Inhale. And that's our ward off. So you just say, don't mess with me, get back, ward off. Take that extra slice of pie somewhere else. Or maybe we want to say, I'll take it for you. Do it on this side now. So most of the moves are about having the weight on one foot, shifting the entire body over to the other foot, and then turning the hip. Inhale back. Then exhale. This one comes up and goes up. Take it back this way. Inhale, this hand comes up. When we're doing this, just shifting the weight over, all shifted over, still getting straight, and then just turn the hip. So it's really good for strengthening the legs, the hip joint, getting it lubricated, all of this getting stronger. It's really good for that. Inhale, shift everything over, turn the hip. Inhale, and shifts over, turn the hip. Now my shoes are walking far away, so I'm gonna get my feet closer. When I was noticing my feet got wider, then it started, my back started turning. I just want my hip to turn. Okay. So, one more. Right here, embrace the moon. Everything shifts over here, and I turn on my hip. Inhale up here, my stood raise and forward off here. Shift the weight over. Turn the hip. Forward off. And right here, hold everything still except I'm going to inhale, and this hand lifts up. They're both here together. Then as I exhale, they both drop down. The weight comes to the back foot again. Turn my hip. That's stroking the bird still. I'm going to turn around, John, so I can see how you do it. Shifting the weight.
Yeah, you know.
It's my job to keep track of that. Right here, embracing the moon. Check and see where your elbows are. You want some space out here. Yeah. One drops. Exhale this one. Just turn. Good. You don't have to take it apart. Remember that this part really isn't going to move. I mean, it goes from here to here, and it really stays there. So if you watch right here, it's lined up with maybe this part of my shirt. As I turn around, it's still right there. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
So we're just turning the hip.
I got you.
That's why if you can right here, really settle down, feel the weight more in the back of your foot on the arch. So then get ready. Shift the weight over here first. Still put it in the arch and back, heel back. Then turn hip. Inhale. Inhale up, both hands float up together. Exhale here and slide down. And my weight's all here on this front foot. As I slide down, they slide down. I'm going to shift the weight to the back foot. Turn my hip, let them come back up. Float up again. Let's start over here again. Inhale. No. Yeah. Relax. Exhale. Right about here, the weight's on both feet evenly. As the hands go there, right here, it's shifted over to the other foot. I inhale and they come back up. Now from here, I can exhale. The weight's almost all on this foot right there. Slide down. Right here, the weight's on both feet evenly. Now, I'm going to shift over to this one. Inhale, it goes back up. Exhaling down. Weight shifts to both feet. The hip starts to turn and comes over here. This is all stroking the bird's tail. So you imagine the peacock tail feathers all the way down. We're just going, stroke them down, shift the weight over here, inhale up. One more time. Back around, hug the tree, elbows get heavy. Any parts you'd like for us to work on?
I guess, so.
Okay, you sit down. We can sit down there. We sit down. Okay.
No, I don't have any purpose. Oh, yeah. You know, in my age, when they're taking x-rays and they're crossing their fingers, the last few days I had to, they get sore in here every now and then, but there's all kinds of reasons for that. Right? That doesn't mean the kidneys, but,
No,
yeah.
no. It can
Just
be,
put up with those aches and pains.
well, we can also do our best here to eliminate them. When you get the little things right in here,
Yeah,
right there, the little,
but in my case, it's just right here, that's a new one, you know.
and
but
then right there.
It's not bad, yeah, right
Like,
there.
on the back ribs and bottom, right underneath.
Yeah,
the ribs
right.
there.
Well, I know that I got my arthritis in my back, and that's probably radiating out from all
You understand that we're trying to get rid of all that arthritis, don't you? Did you say I got it? You say I'm getting rid of it. I'm eliminating it. It's
the. We
going.
work around it, right?
Huh?
We work around it.
Well, the whole thing with the breath, expanding everything, bringing in oxygen everywhere.
Yeah.
That's to help get rid of things like arthritis.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll do a little.
Well, when I see an X-ray, they show me, I don't know what they call an X-ray, but when they look inside the bones and body, and they show something building up. We're not gonna make that disappear, but we can work around it. Yeah, okay,
Okay.
I'm all for that.
Yeah. A lot of times when the pain is like right here,
Yeah,
this place is right there.
right.
Um,
Well, it's on one side only.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, it can be because you made a gesture to use those muscles and you were thinking something negative at the same time. It could be if you tried to lift something and had kind of a twist.
Oh, yeah, I do things like that. I do lots of things I'm not supposed
Yeah.
to do.
So if it's like, I don't know, you're putting things in the trunk or
Yeah.
putting things
Oh.
away.
I'm putting, what do you call it, walkers and strollers. Like every Sunday morning, I got a friend of mine, and it's the heaviest thing in the world. I just barely make it in there. I just force myself to do it. I'm probably pulling something.
Yeah.
Because I can't do it. I have to be like this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
turn
that's
this way.
probably what I did.
That's probably what it is. If at the same time, you want to keep your mind empty.
Oh, I don't have trouble there. I'm sorry.
I know.
What do you mean by that?
I mean by that, you know, if I'm going to say that I'm pretending to be you here. I said, oh my gosh, I don't mind taking him to lunch at the church, but this walker gets heavier every single time. I wish there was some other way, because I just don't like doing this walker, but okay, here I go. And then you probably exhale, and then you go, then it starts to inhale, and you okay, so it's something like that. You want to inhale before you lift it.
Yeah.
And then grab it, and then exhale. Turn and lift it.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, no, I saw some movers one day, and they took the time to explain to me what they're doing. I couldn't believe that they were moving things so fast and seemed so supposedly effortlessly, but there's a way to pick things up and move them, and if they learn, then it's good for them. If they don't, they have terrible.
And we're on the don't side.
Yeah.
Don't have it. You know, when we inhale, filling with all kinds of oxygen, everything, and then we ask the muscles to move when we're exhaling. Usually they go down. If you're wanting to lift a chair or anything, so inhale first, grab the chair, and then just imagine it floats up. That will make things seem a lot lighter just by exhaling in the lift. Like these chairs, these aren't too heavy. Grab it and so that's one thing. There's a lot with our mind that we can really make things easier for ourselves if we imagine it different ways. So, and the first thing is that whenever we're going to use the muscles, we want them to be relaxed and easygoing. So we can just That's the first thing, is check your breath.
Well, you're bringing up something like these weightlifters, the clean and jerk and all that sort of thing. Part of it is their muscles, but part of it is their breath. A major part is their breathing, what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. And don't want to move from this, but that's the first thing, is check when you're getting ready to lift something. You know, check your stance. You're not going to be like with his feet. You want to get a nice stance like we've been doing. Inhale, grab it, so that nothing is tight when the muscles are working. They're working relaxed. You know, when we get into if we're afraid of something, if we don't want to do something, everything tightens up. And then we cut off the circulation of the blood and the oxygen and everything. So we've kind of got the muscles we want to work are like stuck. Because we're so we want to change that. So keep the oxygen, the blood, all that thing working, and then grab it and then just lift it up like it's weightless. That's the first thing. And it's a training thing, because, yeah, we've been doing it the other way for a long time. The other part of that is, if you can find something, you want to make sure you're not thinking negative things. You're not saying, why does he have the heaviest walk in the whole wide world? You know, why is this the heaviest walk in the world? I have to see it. I'm sorry. I like saying, you can say, I'm really happy I only have to do this once a week. Because somebody's doing it a lot. Okay, Sunday. Here we go, it's Sunday again. Only do this once, here we go. That will help. I know it's mind games versus being very analytical. But mind games, once upon a time, I got to lift a walker, and I only had to do it once, which I'm very happy for. So, you can create something that's different than what you've been saying and feeling it yourself, because we know that what you've been saying and feeling is hurting you, and we don't want that. We want you to be stronger and healthier. So we can say, okay, so I'm going to inhale, then I say, great. I'm going to exhale. When I lift it up, it's just going to want to float up there. And I'm going to relax, because I only have to do this once every week. And I know every single time I do it, my back gets stronger. I can let go of anything, arthritis, anything that's back there can just break up, go away. Put positive things, thoughts. Even if you say them out loud, you know, you can sing a song, put those words in, whatever. But when we decide we're going to let go of pain inside us, and we're going to find a positive thing to say about whatever the task is, then that changes. It changes the hormones that are released by the brain. Instead of being a fight or flight kind of thing, it's just like the floating down the river kinds of things. So we let ourselves just go, just one more little thing. So those are the things. Try those things. Okay? Try them out. Let me know. You have to stop and give yourself a few seconds, but it's like, it's going, come on, let's go. It's like, this only take a couple more seconds, and you're not going to get there any faster. So just relax. Take a breath. Take a breath. And then once a week, do I get to do this? It makes me stronger. Let's go. It's a lot of faith in that, I know.
Well, a lot of psychological. When I'm lifting that thing, put in my trunk, I'm thinking to myself that I really need some help here, and I don't have any help, you know. But it doesn't help matters and dwell on that.
Yeah, no, because then it gets heavier and heavier.
You have to give them a lighter blocker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's right. Well, this is a wheelchair. I'm sorry.
Oh,
It's a heavy wheelchair.
yeah, but
You gotta collapse the wheelchair, and then you gotta keep it collapsed where it springs open. So well, that's the first one.
yeah,
I'll work on it. I'll use some of this we talked about.
You could rig up a couple pulleys in the trunk lid,
Was it?
couple pulleys and line in the trunk lid.
Oh,
I mean, this is a little,
yeah,
but if you got something here, goes up to a pulley,
yeah.
goes
No,
back to another
I'm
pulley,
not.
goes here.
That would be
pull
great.
that.
That's not gonna happen.
Well, I'm saying, so
No,
the other
no.
thing is just tell yourself a different story.
buy an SUV where you've got a hatchback.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Then they're trunk.
Yeah,
Of course, they're a little taller, so.
they're
that's-
taller, getting him up into the seat might be a
Yeah,
challenge.
I mean, on the hillbilly.
Yeah, yeah, just give yourself permission and just let go and say, this is, so the only once 52 times a year I get to do this. And it makes me stronger, and I get to let go of arthritis when I do it, so.
Of course, you gotta load it and then unload it.
Was it?
You have to load it and then unload it.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have to load it and unload it again.
Oh, I got it.
Okay,
Yeah, when you get home, when you get back from church or whatever.
Well, this gentleman I'm helping, he's a friend of mine. He's Ralph.
Mhm.
The old fella over in Iron. They used to
Mhm.
creep around here giving tours. And he's in the medical lodges of Jackson County now, which is a Medicaid facility, you know. And, but because of a little extra weight here and there and body changes, you can't, wearing a belt, he can't keep his pants up. I'm helping him in the pew his pants. So I said, tomorrow when I pick him up, he knows I'm gonna show up in half an hour early. And I went to Vanderbilt's and I got the world's largest suspenders.
There you
And
go.
I said, we are not going to church unless, we get you wearing these suspenders.
So your pants don't fall off.
Yeah, that's right. And he said, okay, so,
Yeah,
and he's the one that needs a wheelchair. Put it there.
yeah. Wow.
Oh, that's fine.
Ain't easy getting old, is it?
No, especially for my friend, because he's got, what do you call it? The doctor said it was progressive Alzheimer's.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
so he helps, and next thing you know, he's not helping.
yeah,
That's the way it goes.
yeah. My mom had dementia and it progressively got worse. She died about 15 years ago.
Well,
But yeah,
it's tough, all right.
it's really sad because at the end, she was in Brookside Manor out in Overbrook. Started out on the independent living side, then assisted living, and then on the nursing side. And I'd go out there and I'd take a book or something and read to her. She didn't even know who I was.
Yeah, my friend hasn't progressed to that point,
Yeah,
but it's just a matter of time, according to the doctor.
yeah, it's pretty sad. There's
We even joke about it, I said, how old are you this today? He's got me by about a year. I'm 91, he's about 92, pressing 93.
yeah,
And now he's telling people he's 96. I said, Ralph, last week you were 92. How in the world did you? Oh. Anyway, that's enough about that.
well, you're a good man.
Oh, well, so we did, yeah.
Yeah, they help out your friend.
Well, he needs. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, thank you for sharing all that.
What's that?
Thank you for sharing all that.
Yeah.
Steve, I saw something on Facebook this weekend, last 2 days. Somebody had put up that, had pictures of their mother when they did things together and said, my mother now, Alzheimer's, and doesn't know who I am. So, and I go out and I read to her, and she said, and I asked her, I said, so Mom, do you know who I am? Says, no, I don't. But I know I love you.
Yeah,
I remember I love you, and you read to me. So it's like,
that's fine.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
The emotions last,
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
sensations
Some
last.
kind of memory, long-term memory, and the short-term goes first, I think,
Oh, yeah.
and so. But
That's
yeah,
right, that's what's happening to people that I know.
yeah,
And I had little at myself.
some days I gotta check the TV on my
And
phone to figure out what day of the week it is.
I remember something 50, 60, 70 years ago, but I can't remember why I came into this room.
Yeah,
What am I doing here?
it's kind of like seeds. Memories are kind of like seeds. The ones that were scattered 70 years ago,
Yeah,
they've had time to root and get nice deep roots and spring up and be trees. The ones that we scattered yesterday or today, what did you have for breakfast?
Yeah, what's your name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
who
I
plays
always-
it?
I always wanted to be called Skippy. Instead, they called me Benedict or something.
Who is known for making the early movies of Sherlock Holmes? He was born in South America. It's a long story.
Um,
The suave, sophisticated.
Yes,
Anyway,
Basil.
Dr. Watson was played by those two people, Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. Made a lot of movies in the 40s, early and late 40s. I keep forgetting his name.
It's Basil.
Basil Rathbone.
Yes, Basil.
But I'm a Sherlock Holmes fan. I don't even have to, I know what he's going to say in his movies. And just a moment ago, I couldn't think of his name keeps escaping me. That bugs me. I don't lose sleep over it, but I keep forgetting his name.
Yeah.
It's kind of strange.
Well, it's like it's a tree, but you haven't been walked in that part of the forest. So you have to kind of build associations and say, okay, 1940s movies, black and white, this and that, whatever the address was. I mean, stuff like that. The case of the hounds, or
Well,
then you can then it's kind of like the dust starts falling off and you can start putting. And I think it's where, you can say, I can't say that guy's name, but he was always in the movie with this person, and his last name was, well, they were in the one with the detective and the doctor, and those were called, but who was it that actually wrote? I mean, you try and make the connections, as you try and make, like,
oh yeah, that helps, all right.
if you try and focus on it sometime, then it just disappears. And
But
if you
I'll
don't-
sit there, like I want to call him up on YouTube, and I can't think of his name, and all of a sudden it'll just come into me, bang, it's in there.
Yep. When you quit trying to think about it, when you let go of the focus.
Everybody else. Okay, that's not there.
I understand.
Okay.
I had that happen with people that maybe I worked with or something, stuff like that. And it's just like, well, I haven't thought of them in 6 years. And so you're going,
Can't remember their name,
I can't remember.
Me too.
Right, but I could walk it where the desk was. I could walk it, I could tell you maybe the car they drove, trying to find pieces, yeah. This last Wednesday, was like, what was the 70th, 70th, okay, it happened in 63, when Kennedy was shot,
63.
Yeah,
November.
63, so this was like that would have been 60th anniversary, was that it? The year, 50th, whichever one, 63, 63, 40, 60,
Yeah.
okay.
All right.
Yeah, and somebody from my hometown. 63, yeah. So, posted on Facebook about, where were you or somebody said, where were you when, you know, you got the news? And I remember, I was in fifth hour Latin 1, and there was a teacher, Mrs. Beals desk. There was 1, 2, 3, and I sat right there, diagonal from her desk in front of her. And I remember exactly. What I thought was interesting, and I wrote that in there, was when they decided to demolish the high school building, you know, to make room for a parking lot or whatever. Everybody was back for the whole school has like once a year, the fall festival, a school reunion of alum. And everybody who was around in high school around that time, from the front door, they had plywooded over saying, keep out. You know. So of course, people pried it open, nobody could sneak through. And it wasn't organized, it was just like people were walking around high school remembering times, and then they'd see, oh, we could sneak through. So Bruce went with me, went through, and everybody, not a sound was being made, no one talked to anybody, but everybody just was gravitating back to where they were when they heard the news about JFK. And then they'd get there and they'd just stand. It was just like a moment of silence, kind of memorial.
But I remember every little detail.
I was in 5th grade. Mrs. Anderson, little short redheaded gal, was my teacher. And when, I don't remember how they announced it, but anyway, they took our class into another room that had a TV, so we could watch the news on it. But, yeah, 5th grade, that was quite a while back.
Yeah. Yeah, that was,
Well, it's taken a lot of your time.
memory. But I just thought it was interesting because you walk around the halls and look at the classroom and you see people standing here, here, and there, because that's where
That's
they
where
were
it's at.
without
Yeah,
that time. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna work on lower back.
what?
We'll work on it.
Yes.
Sit close to the edge of the chair. We want to keep our feet still about hip or shoulder width so that there's no, about the same width as the chair leg here. And that's for, John, to make sure we're not going to fall over. Okay. Everything relaxed. Feel that cord pulling your head, top of your skull up. Just letting go so it stays suspended higher. Inhale, as we inhale, arms float up. We hold, put the tip of the tongue behind your top teeth. Imagine a transfer, getting rid of the old, used up cells that need new oxygen, transfer from the new oxygen and blood. We exhale, let it go. And the palms up and roll off again. One more time. Shoulders roll forward gently and hug the tree. Elbows get heavy and then come down. Chin go down too. Inhale, come around, hug the tree, but I'm going to put both hands on one leg, on the knee, one knee. Inhale a little bit, then exhale, put my chin down, let everything roll down, let the hands slide down. Exhale, if you find a spot where if it's saying you can't go anymore, inhale up just a little, and exhale some more. Now, if it's really sore back there, you may need to do that 4 times, 5 times, you know. And here I'm going to exhale, If I find the spot, I'm gonna say it's right there, it starts to hurt me. Just inhale back up. Exhale back down, let go to that spot. Inhale up. You can even imagine putting extra air in the side right there. Exhale down. Gradually let just melt and just keep going. Do you do that?
Nothing to this.
Okay.
Important.
So if you carry it up, finish playing across this way. Let the other one hang. Inhale up. And let this one hang on the outside of the other leg. Right here, I'm going to turn my fingers a little bit more coming back toward the hips so my elbows more forward. And exhale. Inhale up and keep everything in the same place. But when you come down, first put your head right here on the inside of this, the opposite knee. Inhale up a little bit and look down over the opposite knee. Inhale up a little bit and then go to the outside of that leg. Just take your time and be aware of how you feel, what the muscles are doing in the back. So inhale. Inhale. And this time just let it slide down the front of the other leg. And let your head follow where that hand is down the outside. Now when you're here, the opposite hand is on the outside of the leg. Maybe your head is over the center of the leg, but you'll feel a lot of those little muscles we're talking about is being flexed and stretched just a little. And when you're down here, come up just a little bit. When you go back down, you can just kind of like turn your head, drop the other shoulder a little bit. So the shoulder, the spine, and the dropped hand kind of sinks a little bit. The other one lifts up just a little bit. Let it sink down. Free hand, go back to the middle of the other leg. Uphill, down, the inside of that leg. You gradually come back up. The other hand turns back. And then they both drop.
Yeah, I stretched my muscles back there.
Yeah. So now we're going to do it on the other side.
On the back.
Yeah. Keep thinking. Inhale. Turn on this leg. Float down here. Inhale up. And one thing you can also do is you're just going down that leg, let your both elbows stick out. As we slide down the front of this leg. And go back up. Now, I'm going to put fingers of this one sticking out here. Drop over here. Now, first we should start with the middle. You up a little? Lie down in front. Lie down, make sure your bed's over the middle of it. Your hands are on the outside. Inhale and exhale. Turn that elbow out and point the hand, fingers and hands point back to the elbow sticks out more forward. And move your head so it's more toward the outside of the opposite leg. If you're ready, bring your hand down to the front of the opposite leg. Let's slide down the inside of that leg. Bring your hand sitting on the knee, let it face forward over the knee. Hands down. Inhale slowly. Good stretch down there.
Oh, yeah, quick. Not snap, crackle, pop. Next thing to
It's, you know, that's the way to help let those relax if they hurt.
it. Oh, yeah.
Just let gravity take care of it. Depending on how tight and sore it is, you need to just leave hand on each knee, bend down, exhaling, let the elbows stick out if you want to. Then just gently inhale up and take your head over, maybe to the right knee, relax, and down to the middle. Inhale over the left knee. The middle. So it's really stiff. You can start just doing that part. It'll start loosening stuff up. How's it feeling?
About the same, but it doesn't have, I don't expect it to change. A couple moves.
It can. It depends on what's causing it.
Yeah.
It can be a
I can put up with it as long as it's not some organ that's
no.
on the pot. No, good.
Depends on when it started and what happened, and we don't have to remember that part.
I'm pretty sure I strained it when I was lifting.
Yeah, okay,
I'm pretty
we
sure
got a different attitude toward the wheelchair. That'll help. But just giving it a warm up, just like you would warm up if you were gonna run.
Oh, that's all a good idea.
Right.
What I did, there was zero warm up.
Yeah, right, so if you just kind of give yourself a chance to like.
Yeah, sure. It makes sense, all right. Yeah, but being typical, I probably, just tough it up.
It's typical.
I used to run on a regular basis and I always warmed up before that.
Sure.
No way to just go out there and
Start running, yeah. So just.
stretch.
And you control how much stretch and where it is with your elbow. So if you leave the elbows hanging down, it just feels relaxed. Come up a little bit, and maybe leave the I'm on the right knee, lift the inside when elbow points more forward. As soon as it does that, you can start feeling the stretch all the way up here.
Well, you got plenty of control.
And then on the same leg, let the other one stretch out. And go to the other side. Adjust with your elbows. One leg, each elbow slides more to the front. Inhale, exhale, exhale, exhale.
Yeah, there's all kinds of ways to stretch your back.
Are you okay?
Oh, it doesn't need to use the restroom.
Yeah. But just with the elbows, you can change where the stretch is
Yeah,
and how much.
yeah.
So just the elbows. Not doing anything else. You let them hang down, let them go straight out. That gets more. That one. And the other one. And the elbows will change whether it's the left side, right side of your back, and how much stretch it's doing. Just lift with the elbows. Magic elbows.
I get the picture.
Okay.
You gotta do it. That's the thing.
You got to get it, and you have to allow. The thing too is, instead of saying, "Oh, I have to do this now," say, "Now I'm gonna let myself relax."
Yeah.
Put it in a positive thing for yourself instead of I have to do.
Oh, yeah,
I know, we all do that, we kind of, oh, I should, but I'll just go ahead. And then you get hurt. So anytime you feel yourself wanting to say, I should, that means do it. Good.
I'm happy with that.
Okay.
When he gets out of here, I'm gonna have to give him my
Yes,
personal information,
Right.
and then I gotta do my thing here.
I know.
See.
we've taken our time up here. Hopefully that
Yeah,
helps.
I'm thinking Terry hopes he's all right. That's Teri.
Teri,
Yeah.
and then Rogers,
Right,
Rogers.
you're right.
Yeah.
We'll get her Marine back here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was foolish. I know Doc did that when I knew I was hurting, but I will. I remember now, I was hurting, I said, I will do it. Because he's sitting in the car waiting for me, and it's raining out.
Oh, yeah, I want to hurt.
Yeah. In a big rush. I remember where I was, on when Kennedy was assassinated. I was in Turkey. I was at Incirlik, which is not too far from the coast, north of Tarsus. And we were standing alert, meaning we were waiting to be called to run out and jump on an airplane and go fly. The tanker, like they have here.
Uh-huh.
And we were pulling alert in a Quonset hut that used to be the labor room for the hospital when it was the hospital. So we got these funny beds that were sleeping in. But no, that's where it was. And we received word. But we didn't receive much word. All we found out was our president had been assassinated. More information to come later, that was a pretty tough time.
Yeah.
And the next morning, so we got along with the Arabs better then. A young man who was old enough to do labor, he was our houseboy, came up spoke no English and we didn't speak Arabic or whatever. And he had a rose he gave us. And when he gave us the rose, and tears were in his eyes. You don't forget something like that. We were all sad, but he was even sadder. I wonder what he's doing now. I wonder if what side he's on now. You know, this is a long time ago. Okay. But I don't know what's going on, but I'll have to get.
Okay, he's coming back.
I'll get in touch with you.
Okay, he's.
And once again,
Leave him over there.
when you leave, I'll take care of this.
I'm just gonna move this one out of the way.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna inhale,
So, thank you.
exhale.
Yeah, there you
Just in time, Steve.
go. Can I give you my email and phone number or something so you can get a hold of me?
Yeah.
That's